Hello everyone! Today we're going to play our game called Teenage Dreams. Today, I'm with my group mates. Guys, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Aiden. I'm one of the fellow programmers on this job.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm one of the artists.
And I guess I'm last for the meantime. I'm Lewis. I did UI and environments for one of the levels.
And today, we're going to start to play this game from start to finish. My name is Riel. I coded for this game. And we're not with Steven, who's also responsible for doing level design, but he'll come hop in on the screencast a little later. Let's start. So it's loading.
I really like the loading screen.
Yeah, okay. So we're in the game, and right now we're in the first level, which is the tutorial level. Cameron is responsible for designing the first level. I'm just going to ask you a few questions on your level, okay?
Sure.
Okay, so for this particular part of your level, where did you get the concept of your design?
I got, for the early part of it, the design from mostly Victorian townhouses, which are very close in together. They don't really have any gaps between them, and they're very uniform in design, just with different color combinations.
I see. And can you provide us more details on how you created this level or how you conceptualize making your assets and your other work, because you've also designed the NPC characters, right?
For the buildings, what I did is I mostly took a look at reference images of Victorian buildings and streets of like storefronts, and I took design inspiration from those buildings and combined several different designs, usually in the buildings. For the NPCs and player and enemy characters, I mostly took inspiration from Stardew Valley's character design, in the way that the pixels are laid out, because it's the scale that we were going for, and I thought it was a nice looking design. So those are what I used for reference for those.
I see. Thank you for that. What is the most notable part of your level did you like the most?
Well, I am most proud of the town hall that you see on screen right now. I spent a lot of time doing that, so I'm happy with how it came out.
Let's go back. Let's look at its glory. Aiden, can you tell us more about the enemy character that's chasing us around town?
Sure, so I designed the policeman for this level, at least the code for it. So a big part of it is he won't activate until you get to a certain part of the level where he alerts for the first time. And then from then on there, he will start chasing the player character. So he'll go left and right, as you were seeing, depending on which side of him you're on, as well as jump during specific parts of the building, where the buildings are.
I see. It's pretty great. He's pretty fast too. So you have to time your jumps because there's a stamina bar for our character on the top left side of the screen. The UI for this particular character is designed by our very own Lewis. Can you share us about your inspirations on how you created the UI?
I was supposed to mostly just go for vector at first, but it didn't really vibe the first time because everything else is pixel art, right? And so I gave it a shot and like tried out pixel art for the bars and looked for a pixel art font, which turned out pretty well. And so you'll see a lot more of the UI in the second level, as well as the menu screen and the loading screen. Those are both made by me. Really liked A Sprite. It's I actually bought it from Steam because I wanted to use like a beta feature, and it turned out really well. And so there you go.
I see. Thank you for that. So I'm just gonna add something. So wait, where's our police? Oh God, I ran into him. So I'm just gonna add something So I've added the NPC dialogues here for this level. When you actually start the game, there's like a dialogue where it just shows how the character went to this part of town, why is she being chased, and at the end of the level it gets triggered. You're supposed to be talking to the policeman, but we're so far ahead that he's not yet there. It's kind of he's here now. So he's just telling you that your family is all over looking for you, and you can't actually proceed to the next dialogue without having to press the Z button. So you have to do that. And I also made like a block here, so once the dialogue is done, you can't really go back, so you just have to move forward. So let's step here. Oh no, we fell. So around that area, it's Aiden who designed the awning, and Cameron's the one responsible for the asset. Aiden, can you explain more about the awning?
Sure, so the awning takes on just a very simple blueprint. So it starts with a basic flipbook of idle, so it looks almost like a sprite there, and then it has an invisible block that you stand on, so the player can actually be able to stand on top of it, because you can't stand on top of a flipbook. And then when the player triggers the collision, it just then starts to drop, and then drops into the spring position that Cameron also designed.
I see. Thank you for that. So
For sure.
we actually reached the second level, and as you can see, we did like a Hollow Knight style falling from a cliff. It sort of explained in the storyboards that this character here is someone who's going to rescue the previous character who fell onto the awning and into the manhole where we are right now. It's actually ancient sewers. This is Lewis's level, and he conceptualized the environment and the level design. Lewis, can you share us more about your level?
Sure. So, I think everybody knows that the game will have 3 levels for this prototype, at least. Each level is very different in terms of like how the maps are laid out. So Cameron's level is pretty much like a linear tutorial style. Shows like a very linear story path. Mine is more focused on exploration, so like you can definitely get lost in this level. For the playtest, you guys didn't really have the chance to roam around the level because it's pretty much still under construction back at the time, and this went through a lot of revisions and renovations because of like bug fixes and stuff like that. But the whole point of this sewer level is for you to explore, run around, check what's going on. There's actually a ghost town later that is going to ask you for pages, which you can exchange for a key, and that key is going to be used in a door, which will give you a medallion. So before you even go to Steven's level, you will need 3 medallions to essentially like make a coin out of those 3 like medallion pieces, and then you will be able to open the door and go to Steven's level. And so yeah, you'll have to run around, get the pages. They're really hidden in the level. One of my group mates actually was like frustrated over like them not being able to find it, because I've never really like gave them the whole layout of where they are basically. So yeah, I think this is fun, and I hope like Riel, who's playing it now, like finds it fun too.
Thank you. I do find it fun, and I was wondering who is that group mate that keeps getting lost.
I don't know.
No, that's totally me, guys. So right now I'm looking for the pages. Of course, I played this a while back already, so I know where they are. But as you can see, we have some enemy characters roaming around the map, and Lewis also designed the enemy characters and his NPC characters for this level, like what Cameron did for her own level. So apparently, if you come across this muck here, you'll wait, what? Oh, there you go. You got pushed and then you die and you go back to the start. So you have to roam it again, and this is the perfect time to explain the mechanics. So after you fall down and move a little bit, there's like a tutorial sequence from earlier where it just shows you how to move and how to use the mechanics here in this game. So for example, you have this plank here, which is a pickupable item. So you press E to pick it up. Here, I'll show you guys the tutorial again. So press E to pick up, and then there's a pickup animation made by Stephen, and then you can throw the plank in the air, and you can press Q to time stop in order to stop the planks from falling midway. You can press X to reset if mistakes are made. So that's just a little code that I made so that, for example, right now we can't really reach the planks, we can't really get them, or if ever that there are some collision errors where the player is outside the collision box of the item and you can't pick up or push stones, so you can press X and it will reset, so you can pick this one up. And then let's go back to finish the deal and go to this part. So as you can see, this map, oh my god, this map is filled with a lot of puzzles. And okay, so I'm jumping. I don't have any planks, so I just reset. And then, yep, so we got to go up here, use the time stop in order to move around the platforms. We also have like a teleport mechanic where you move through doors. How it works is that when you enter a door, you actually move to another, and you can't go back to that other door unless you use the specific door. So they're like two sides of one door but in different locations. So that's how it works. So let's roam a bit more around this map. This map is quite huge. Lewis, can you tell us more about how you designed the puzzles and where did you get the concepts or references you've used for creating this one big of a level?
Actually, I only thought of like a couple. The puzzle was mainly pushing the stones towards a pressure plate. The whole like level is based on or inspired by a game called Zuma Deluxe. It's like a very, very old Flash game, which had like a Mayan Aztec vibe. So I tried to go with that. The medallion will have like the same design almost, but I thought of like Indiana Jones stuff too, where like you put like a stone in like a floor tile and pushes down, something happens. That's how the puzzles work in this game too. You push that boulder into like the rune block, and if you've done all of them, the gate will rise, and so that's one of the puzzles. Another one is this dungeon. I have like platforming mini dungeons in the level as well. But for this one, they aren't like time sensitive, and there's no rising water, which is going to be like in the last level. But basically for this one, it's like the game Icy Tower, where you need to head to the top to grab what you need. So in this case, there's going to be a medallion up there. It's also like reminiscent of Jump King, which is a very frustrating like platforming game too, which I also got the idea from. So there's this and the stone puzzle. There's going to be another platforming puzzle later in the game, but all of them will have like something you will get in the end. So again, this will have a medallion, so that's one of 3 pieces.
Let's get it. So there's like a HUD showing you got the medallion on the top side. So you also made the HUDs for your level and for the entire game basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us more about, like, for example, how you visualize the placements of the HUDs in your map? Did you have any inspiration or any games of reference?
I am actually not much of a 2D. I haven't played way too much like 2D games in the past, and so what I only have inspiration from is Stardew Valley and Graveyard Keeper. So I try to get like as much inspiration references from them, as well as like incorporate some of my ideas too, just to branch off a little bit. But for the placement of the UI up top, I don't want it to be in the bottom because like it, I find that it would be a little bit too obstructive. If you put it somewhere else that's not like common amongst games, it will be like kind of weird in the user's perspective, and so like I stuck with just putting them in the top, and that should be good.
I see. Thank you for that, Lois. I'm just gonna add some more. So we do have the puzzles where you have to push the rock in order to open certain gates. So we already come across like a gate that's locked up, which is the first one, and the second one who we still haven't unlocked yet. So let's try to unlock a door. So this door I think is probably connected to this gate, which is locked right now. Let's try to solve the puzzle first. So I'm gonna have to finish this puzzle over here. And oh, by the way, some of the cameras are actually like they act very differently according to the camera switch that the character will be interacting with. So for example, the character earlier made a long drop from over that door there on the top, and the camera switched to like a very zoomed in, and like it's just moving in a Y axis, and that's because I made three camera movements accordingly to the code. So there's a camera that's dynamic in both X and Z coordinates in the map, since this is a 2D game. I also made like a camera for particularly X movement and Z movement, and there's a static camera as well that you probably saw it earlier from the gameplay. It's in the red room where the door is locked currently, so you can't access it yet. I also made it that way so that like players are forced to get the items within the map. It's part of like the exploration process. That's pretty this is pretty much satisfying because of all like the puzzles. You have to roam the map and discover stuff. Oh, I forgot to push the stone right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh no, I have to go back. So I didn't really have any inspiration for the mechanics, like the pick up and throw. I just thought that it would be fun to have items that you pick up and interact them within the world. Initially, the idea for the time stop is to actually have the ability to rewind time as well, but I guess the time stop really works with like this type of level where you actually just roam. So I pressed X there because it got stuck. So I have to move this. Come on, move for me, stone. It keeps
Yes,
getting stuck.
that rock is very stubborn. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. Well, I have a sort of a hack here because I really like made it in a code. So
Don't forget the page.
oh yeah, you're right. What's this door? Okay. So it's a three-way door. I made it into a three-way door. So you can't access it actually. So yeah, that's kind of one
I
of
actually
the...
don't know that.
Yeah, I made it into like a three-way door, but the two other doors is just going to take you to each other, while the other one can make you roam through three. So I will have to go back here in order to reach the ghost town. I really like the particles. Like Cameron, what do you think of the level design for this particular level?
I really like it. I think Lewis did an excellent job on laying it out, making it look very appealing visually, and the particles really do add to the atmosphere and aesthetics.
I see.
Aw, thanks.
Thank you for that. How about you, Aiden? What do you think of the mechanics of Clem, our second protagonist?
I'm a big fan of the mechanics, especially the time stopping and the platform throwing. I think it lets you do a lot of stuff in the level that you might not be able to do otherwise. And then for the level itself, I'm a huge fan of the particles floating in the sky and the whole being able to adventure around like the ruins of the ancient sewer.
I see. Thank you for that. Well, as you can see, I'm having a hard time with... Hey, let me just pick this one up. Come on. No, that was not supposed to. Let me pick this up, throw it. I think that was kind of intentional, but let's see.
It was.
What it was? Oh man, you really did a great job on this, Lewis. Like, I like how you force the characters to move in a certain way, especially with the puzzles. Even if like this is like an open world where you're supposed to like make an exploration, there's like a definitive amount of like navigation, like they actually know where to go. So let's try. Come on, just one more. Where this door leads to? Let's see. So you can actually stop stones, by the way. Okay, how? Yeah, you can actually stop them from okay.
Yeah, I think you're stuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think you got yourself in a bad situation there.
Oh no. Well, I can sort of hack this
Yeah,
again.
just like work around it.
Because we already placed the other two rocks. I haven't put the code where it also does not reset these two rune stones over here. So I guess it's open now.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, let's go back. Okay, I got stuck again. I'm really bad. So let's visit the ghost town for now. We haven't had all the pages. I think I have 7 out of 8. So this is the ghost town, and we have like a character here, and proceed to communicate. Someone please voice this character for us. No one wants to. Okay.
It has to be me, is it?
Okay.
Go for it, Gav.
I can't. So I'm just gonna press Z to continue. Never mind. I can't. I don't want to. You there? You come to steal my collection? Oh no! I'm looking for a lady who fell down a manhole. Have you seen anyone? I have not seen any human around here. Sorry, but I do know that most humans take refuge in the drainage sewers. How can I get there? I could open the passage for you, but only if you help me retrieve my missing pages. Missing pages? Deal. I'll get them back to you once I collect all of them. So we need to collect all of them. Can we talk to him again? We can. Come see me again when you have all. He's kind of a snob, like a tsundere. He doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want to talk to you. So how are we going to get back up? Maybe this door can help us. That's fine. We did. It was this door. It was. So I have all the pages now. We have to go back to this door. And now we roam. Again. So see, it forces you to roam, which is very nice. Have you guys already played the level, like a whole run through?
Nope.
I've tried to.
You tried to?
Oh, yeah, I'm not that good at platformers. I'm pretty bad at them.
I see. How about you, Aiden?
I gave it a good go earlier, and I got a bit lost, but I was enjoying it.
I see.
So, I mean, I think that's half the point of the level.
That's great then. Now we have all the 8 pages. So you have now access to the Forgotten Sanctuary. Press Z to continue. So we can talk to him. No, we can't talk to him again. He's happy. He has all his pages back. So we have to
Not
go.
even a thank you. He just gives you the key.
No, he just gives you the key and then ignores you. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, we're supposed to go to the red door, I think. Yeah, we're supposed to go there because it has the hidden relic. Okay, which door? Oh, there you go. See, if only I hadn't been the programmer here, I would have been lost. I keep forgetting which door is which. So we're here again. This looks really nice with the static camera. Okay, key required. So press Z. Okay, so I made it through. Now we can get this. I don't know if you guys saw this part, but it looks like something from this is like Hollow Knight when you reach the it's the abyss. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. That's why I designed the camera to like look like this, like a very zoned out camera. Then it goes back to the dynamic one. We can finally move on to the next level shortly.
Uh-oh.
1 second. Let me regenerate my stamina. Okay. It's getting close. So, can we teleport now? We can. So if I touch these obstacles here, I'll die. Please don't. Okay. So I didn't. And we can just roam. It's very, very reminiscent of like the 2D platforming games. You just explore. Oh, by the way, the loading screen is like a concept art from Lewis, and I just added some fireflies in it. Okay, so we finally managed to reach the 3rd level, which is a rising sewage water level made by our very own Steven. Steven's actually here. He just connected a little earlier. Hello, Stephen, are you there?
Hello, I'm suffering.
Can you introduce yourself to us?
I'm Steven. I made the last level as well as the character for the 2nd and 3rd level.
Can you tell us more about the concept of your level?
The concept of the level is a race to the top. With all the puzzles going on in the 2nd level, we needed like a sort of finale. So a race to the top, a time attack was an idea that came up, especially since the game has been rather slow paced until now.
I see. So it's like a boss level, right?
Yes.
Did you have any references you've used for the design of your level?
Mostly around Ori and I forgot what the full name is called. But it was based around the water rising level of the Ori game. And it's also based around the Facebook game Icy Towers and climbing aspect of it.
Nice. I really love that game. As for the falling platforms and the rising water level, Aiden, can you explain us more about how you implemented the code here?
For sure. So the water will start off slow, and then over time it'll start to speed up as the level continues. Though it will reset every time you die, so it won't like penalize you too much in case you're having some struggles. As for the falling platforms, when you step on them, they'll start to crack, and it'll take a second for them to fully crack, and then they'll fall down a little bit, and then they'll disappear, and then over 5 seconds they'll reappear, and you can jump on them again.
I see. Oh my god. So I'm having a little hard time jumping over the platforms. It kind of reminds me of Jump King. Did you, Steven, have some inspiration from that game as well?
No, not at all. though I was watching a few of it, a few videos and gameplay of it. I'd rather not I'd rather not punish the player too much for missing a jump, and so I decided to not follow with like the ideology of the jumping games.
I see. I'm having a bit of a struggle, but thankfully the checkpoint was there. Aiden, can you explain more about the checkpoint?
For sure, so there's 2 checkpoints in this level, kind of like starting at each where the base is. So at the very start, you have your start. There's no checkpoint needed, but that is your starting position, so if you die, you go there. And then when you get to the green area, it symbolizes like a new area, the background changes a bit. And that's when we introduce the falling platforms. There's a checkpoint there for the player. Because we do expect when you introduce something new, there's challenges to that, and we don't want to punch the player too much, as Steven stated. And then here, when we get to the final gray area, there's another checkpoint for like the smaller, more precise jumps for the player.
I see. Thank you for that. Cameron, what do you think of the different concepts implemented in Drainage Streams?
I think it employs a wide variety of interesting concepts that keeps the player engaged and entertained throughout the entire gameplay experience.
Wow, that's a very good answer. How about
Thank you.
Lewis? What do you think? What do you think of the different designs for each level? Because you 3 have different art styles and environments that just makes the game very unique. What do you think about that?
I won't have a very politician-y answer, but like having different art styles in Drainage Dreams makes it really unique because the game is basically running on dream state because all of this is just a dream. And so we had the creative freedom to like go ham and just like make the levels as if that's ours, and we won't have to like follow somebody else's art style. We can just go on our own, like do our own thing, which is great because that way we were able to like flex our own like artist muscles and like, you know, express our creativity and like express our style in our own levels and characters and environments. So there you go.
I see. Thank you for that. Yeah, I really liked how you guys were able to implement your own flavor of the game. Basically, we started off just conceptualizing different mechanics in game, and now we have 3 different games in one game.
Yeah, and it all started with an idea of sewage and toilets. That's how this game came about.
That is true. I hope
Started off with a joke. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a project for Game Jam. Also, I do hope you guys like the credit sequence. I
absolutely love it.
Oh, thankfully.
I'm a huge fan as well.
It's nice.
Great.
As I try to implement like different animations based off like the vibe you give. So, like for example, for Stephens, it's just basically Clem popping in and out. And slowly fades. Thanks for playing! And we go back to our loading screen. And we finish the game. So that's it.
Look
for
at that. It's a complete game.
It is.
Good job, everyone.
Let's
I'm
all
clapping, but you
clap.
probably can't hear it. My noise cancellation might be too good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and clap either because I know it'll cancel out.
Good job, artists. Good job, programmers. I do hope that we will be able to use our experiences from this particular prototype to be used in more games to come that we're going to make. And
Hell yeah.
that's it for today, folks. I hope you do play our game on itch.io once it's available. I will link it down the description below. See you guys. Thank you. Bye.